class play.
Go.
Annie was excited, and along with everyone else in her class, the children were getting ready to start their rehearsing in for the usual annual
The children were getting ready to start rehearsing for their annual play.
This year, the play was the Three Billy Goats. Gruff. Their teacher, Miss Fisher, had been reading the story to them for weeks now, and they all knew it by heart. Everyone wanted to be in the play, except for Henry. I just want to stand in the corner and be a tree, Henry told Annie. Come on, Henry. Being in a play will be fun, Annie said. Miss Fisher tried to get the children to quiet down. I need everyone to listen. We are going to have our first rehearsal now. Who knows what a rehearsal is? Annie raised her hand. It's regular practice for the play. Yes, Annie. This year, everyone is going to have a speaking part. So we have to practice saying our lines, said Miss Fisher. Nobody will stand around as a tree. There are 4 parts. The first goat, the second goat, the third goat, and a troll. Everyone will share a part. I've already chosen who will play what. Who will play what? Someone called out, I know what Henry is going to be, a troll. All the children laughed, except for Annie. I'm not, Henry yelled Henry as he ran under her tail. I don't want to be in that stupid play. Hey, Miss Fisher said patiently. Henry, if you stay under that table, you missed our first play.
You'll miss it?
Missed our first rehearsal. Then you can't be in the play. Don't you want to join us? Henry shook his head. Okay. Then you will sit in the corner and watch us. You know where to go. Miss Fisher pointed to a chair in the corner of the room. sat in the chair, silently watched the rest of the class. Annie chosen to be
少一个是 Annie，
Annie was chosen to be one of the first goats. She wanted to make Henry feel better. She tried to smile at him.
什么？
She tried smiling at him, but he didn't look at her. Later, during lunch, Annie tried talking to Henry, but he ignored her for the rest of the day.
你听一次哦。
But he ignored her for the rest of the day.
Ignored her for the rest of the day.
很棒。
He didn't care if he had to sit in the corner during every rehearsal.
Rehearse.
He didn't care if he had to sit in the corner during every rehearsal.
During
Rehearsal.
every rehearsal, he would not be in the play. The next day, the class rehearsal
没
again.
有手了，这边没有手了。
Rehearsed
Rehearsed。这
again.
边是 rehearsal， 这边是 rehearsed。
Rehearsed again. The goats were practicing walking over the bridge while saying trip, 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 trap, trip, trap. But Miss Fisher wasn't pleased. She said something is missing. We need to make the goat's footsteps louder. Each goat should sound heavier than the one before it. We'll have to think of something. Meanwhile, Annie was trying to think of how to make an interesting the play. The kids and music class next. They were loud.
They were
all loud to choose their instruments. Annie chose the tambourine. Henry chose the drum. They parade around the room with their instruments. First, they play softly, then they play louder and loudest of all. When the class was over, the music teacher praised everyone except for Henry, especially for Henry. Especially for Henry. Especially Henry.
其实我觉得加一个 for 应该也是可以。好，继续。
Wonderful, Henry. You did a great job playing the drum louder and louder each time. Suddenly, Annie had an idea. She hurried to Miss Fisher to tell her the teacher liked the idea. Then Miss Fisher walked over to Henry and said, I heard you play the drum very well today, Henry. That's right. Henry smiled with pride. Would you like to play the drum during the play? We need someone to make the sounds of goats walking over the bridge. Henry nodded his head excitedly. It's not a speaking part, Miss Fisher said, but we would not. We would be happy if you join us. We're going to be in a play together. Annie shouted as she hugged Henry. The play was a big success. And the final curtain call, all the kids lined up and bowed. Harry and Annie looked at each other and smiled. Annie gave Harry the thumbs up. I knew you can do it. Hitcher whispered.
OK， 换哥哥，哥哥也念这一篇就好。我们等一下为了赶快玩，你等一下不要玩吗？
而且还有宝可梦说说乐。
对啊，而且还有宝可梦说说，快点下来，仔细我们接连着念这一篇就好，因为这篇比较难，我们就不要再花多时间读下一篇了。来，坐好。这一篇比较难，我们2个人一起念这一篇就好了，然后再一起问问题，我们就可以玩哦。想玩什么？是吗？
我要玩再看一次。
不要了，不要。
为什
因为已经
么
看第
The
3
class
次。
play.
来 ，Go。
Annie was distracted along with everyone else in her class. The children were getting ready to start rehearsing for their usual play. Annual play. This is the year of the play was the Three Billy Goats. Billy Goats Perf.
This year, the play was The Three Billy Goats Gruff.
Billy Goats Gruff. Their teacher, Miss Fisher, had been reading the story to them for weeks now. And they all knew it by heart. Everyone
all knew it by heart.
All knew it by heart. Everyone wanted to be in the play. Everyone that is except for Harry. I just want to stand in the corner and be a tree. Harry told Annie. Come on, Harry. It will be fun. Being a play will be fun, Annie said. Miss Fisher tried to get the children quiet. Quiet down. I need everyone to listen. We're going to have our first rehearsal now. Who knows what the rehearsal is? Annie raised her hand. It's when we practice for the play. Yes, Annie. This year everyone is going to have a speaking part. So we have to practice saying our line, said Miss Fisher. nobody will stand around as a tree. There are 4 parts. The first part gold, the first gold, and the second gold, the third gold, and the troll. Everyone will share a part. I've already chosen who will play what. Someone called out, I know Henry. I know what Henry is going to be. The troll. All the children laughed except for Annie. No, I'm not, yelled Henry as he ran under a table. I don't want to be in the stupid play. Miss Fisher said patiently, Henry, if you stay under that table, you'll miss our first rehearsal. Then you can join us. You can't be in the play. Don't you want to join us? Henry shook his head. Okay. Then you will sit in the corner and watch us. You know where to go, said Miss Fisher, pointing to a chair in the corner of the room. Henry sat in the chair and sadly watched the rest of the day. The rest of the day. Class. When it was chosen to be one of the first group, she wanted to make cornfield bitter. She tried to smile. She tried smiling at him, but he didn't look at her. Later, during lunch, Annie tried to talk to Henry. Try talking to Henry, but he ignored her for the rest of the day. He didn't care if he had to sit in the corner.
He didn't care what?
爸爸，你吓到我了。
这句话你要这样子念。
You
He didn't care.
didn't
他不在乎。He didn't care. 不在乎什么 ？If 假如他不在乎，假如 he had to sit in the corner
during every rehearsal. He would.
He didn't care if he had to sit in the corner during every. He didn't care if he had to sit in the corner during every rehearsal.
He would not be in the play. The next day, the class rehearsed again. The goats were practicing walking over the bridge while saying, trip, trap, trip, trap. But Miss Fisher wasn't pleased. She said, something is missing. We need to make the goat's footsteps louder. Each goat should be so familiar before the one before.
Before
it will
will
it will
没有 it will
it
will
will
没有 it 这
It
it
will-
是前面的
it
will
we
没有不要再讲 it 了，这前面你看哦 each goat should
should
sound
Each goat should sound heavier than the one before it.
before it
before it
这句话结束了
will have to think of something. Meanwhile, Annie was trying to think of how to make Henry interesting in the play.
interesting in the play.
The kids had music next.
Class next.
They were all allowed to choose their instrument. Instruments. Amy chose the tambourine.
No,
Tambourine. Tambourine.
没有 barine
Tambourine.
Three
Henry
syllables.
chose the drum and parade around the room with their instruments. First, they played softly. Then they played louder and louder and louder and loudest of all.
And loudest of
Of
all.
all.
Loudest of all.
When the class was over, the music teacher praised everyone, exactly for Henry.
No.
Exactly Henry. Especially Henry.
Yes, especially Henry.
Wonderful, Henry. You did a great job. Playing the drum louder and louder each time. Suddenly, Annie had an idea. She hurried to Miss Fisher and told her the teacher likes the idea. Then Miss Fisher walked over her to Henry and said, I heard you wanted.
No,
I heard you played the drum very well today. Is that right?
Henry, is that right?
Henry, is that right? Henry smiled with pride. Would you like to play the drum during the play? We need someone to make the sound of the goats. Of goats over the bridge. Walking over the bridge. Henry nodded his head. Exactly.
Henry nodded his head excitedly.
Excitedly. It's not a speaking mark, said Miss Fisher. But we would be happy if you joined us. We're going to be in the play together. And he shouted and hugged as she hugged Henry. The play was a big success.
成功叫 success.
The play was a big success.
跟着学他念
The play was a big success.
The play was a big
Big
success.
success. At the final curtain call, all the children lined up
And
and bowed
bow.
and bowed.
At the final curtain call,
All the children lined up and bowed.
And bow.
Henry and Annie looked at each other and smiled. Annie gave Henry a thumbs up. I knew you can do it, she whispered.
好，来，弟弟先，然后再换哥哥，来去那边。弟弟，不要回答。
我来，
不要帮他回答，弟弟先。
换我。C.
What can be another title for this story?
那只换我
A
了。
part of 每个人负责的 a part of everyone， 这个蛮难的。Why？
上个 C 吧。
来，弟弟哥哥。What did Henry do in the play?
B.
好，哥哥错过，这一题再给哥哥。